In 997 AD, Kenneth III begins his reign as King of Alba, also known as Scotland. He's known as the brown-haired one, and he is thought to have been the grandfather of Macbeth's wife, Groa.
At the end of the first millennium, Scotland, like the rest of Europe, is gripped by fears that the world will end. It doesn't, so everyone goes back to killing each other.
In the year 1005, Macbeth is born, most probably in the northeast of Scotland. His father, Finlay, is High Steward of Moray. Also in that year, Kenneth III is murdered by his cousin Malcolm at Monzievaird, who then takes the throne of Scotland as King Malcolm II.
In the year 1020, Macbeth's father, Finlay, is murdered by his nephews Malcolm and Gilacomgan. Malcolm then succeeds the throne of Moray. The young Macbeth swears to get his revenge.
In the year 1029, Malcolm dies, and his position as High Steward of Moray is taken by Gilacomgan.
In the year 1032, Macbeth seizes his chance. Helped by his allies, he rounds up Gilacomgan along with 50 others and burns them all to death.
In 1034, King Malcolm II of Scotland is murdered at Glamis. It is said that the so-called Malcolm Stone in the manse garden there is indeed his grave slab. He is succeeded by Duncan I, the Duncan of Shakespeare's Macbeth.
In the year 1039, Duncan mounts a raid on Durham, but it is a disaster, and he is chased by the Northumbrians back into Scotland.
The following year, in 1040, Duncan marches on Macbeth, but is killed in a battle against him near Elgin. Shakespeare's version of the story, saying that Macbeth invited Duncan to his castle and then murdered him in his bed, is totally fictitious. Macbeth then assumes the throne of Scotland.
In the year 1046, Margaret, who is to become Scotland's first female saint, is born in southern Hungary. As a child, she moves to England and settles into the English court.
In 1050, Macbeth goes on pilgrimage to Rome along with Thorfinn, Earl of Orkney. He returns to find his kingdom intact. In 1054, Earl Siward of Northumberland invades Scotland. He defeats Macbeth at the Battle of Burnham Wood in Perthshire. Most of Macbeth's army are slaughtered, but Macbeth himself escapes and continues to rule. In 1057, Macbeth is finally killed in the Battle of Lumphanan in Aberdeenshire by Duncan's son Malcolm. The throne is then taken by his stepson Lulach. 1058, Lulach survives only a few months before being defeated and killed by Malcolm at Strathbogie. Malcolm then takes the throne as Malcolm III, also known as Canmore. In 1070, Malcolm III, or Canmore, marries Margaret at Dunfermline. He meets her when she arrived in Scotland as a refugee and is instantly besotted with her. Their marriage is said to be an extremely happy one. Margaret introduces many of the customs of England to Scotland and carries out many acts of piety and charity. She dies in 1093 and is canonized in 1250. I have no idea what that means.
Once upon a time in Scotland, there was a battle.
Blech.
Macbeth and his army won the battle.
Yay!
On the way back, 3 witches said that he would become the Thane of Cawdor and King of Scotland. Then they disappeared. When they got back to the palace, the really nice king named Duncan promoted him to the Thane of Cawdor.
You're promoted.
Macbeth thought that since what the witches said about him being the Thane of Cawdor was true, that he would become King of Scotland as well. He started considering killing Duncan to become king. In honor of Macbeth's promotion, the king and everyone else decided to party at Macbeth's house.
Let's party!
Macbeth's wife also heard about the witch's prophecy. She convinced Macbeth to kill King Duncan at the party.
Kill him!
Then everyone partied hard. And then they went to bed. After a few hallucinations and monologues, Macbeth kills King Duncan in his sleep. Lady Macbeth made it look like someone else did it. Morning came and people found out that King Duncan was dead. Duncan's sons run away, afraid of being killed as well.
Run away!
That left Macbeth to be the only rightful heir, so he became king. Meanwhile, Macbeth's best bud Banquo suspects Macbeth of killing Duncan.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
In his paranoia, Macbeth orders murderers to kill Banquo and his son.
With pleasure.
While on the way to Macbeth's party, Banquo gets killed, but his son gets away.
Run away!
During the party, Macbeth hallucinates even more, seeing Banquo's ghost at the party.
By this point, Macbeth is going ballistic, yelling and screaming, and is ghost, I don't know what to do. The wife, on the other hand, is like, okay, no worries, he does this all the time, it's just a little... Okay, guys, maybe you should really go.
Macbeth decides to go see the witches again, to figure out what he should do.
What do I do?
The next day, Macbeth meets up with the witches. Then he has some crazy visions. Macbeth envisions to beware Macduff, some dude he knows. No one born of woman can kill him. And that he has nothing to worry about until trees physically move.
Alright.
Still paranoid, Macbeth orders Macduff's entire family killed.
Kill them all.
Fortunately, Macduff wasn't in Scotland and therefore survived.
Yay!
Still, his whole family died.
Aww.
Macduff actually ran over to England to get Malcolm, Duncan's son, to take back the throne.
Take back the throne.
Malcolm agrees and returns to Scotland with 10,000 soldiers.
Let's do this.
The army cuts down trees and uses them as camouflage as they advance on Macbeth's castle.
Prophecy fulfilled.
Meanwhile, overwhelmed by her guilt, Lady Macbeth kills herself. Macbeth is losing and most of his soldiers join the English army.
By Jove, I'm British.
He then has a showdown with Macduff, in which they talk a bit.
You cannot kill me, for you are born of woman. Haha, you have been fooled. I was born by C-section. Prophecy fulfilled.
Macbeth then knows that he's doomed and dies at the hand of Macduff. Malcolm is then crowned king, and they all lived happily ever after.
Okay, so right off the bat, we can tell that Shakespeare's version of Macbeth is not the same. So, let's take a look at the differences. Myth number 1. In Shakespeare's play, Macbeth murdered Duncan in bed. Then he couldn't sleep anymore because he felt guilty. Meanwhile, in reality, Macbeth did kill Duncan, but in a battle. Myth number 2. In Shakespeare's play, Lady Macbeth was childless and portrayed as a lady, not a queen. Meanwhile, in real life, Lady Macbeth was actually a princess. She also had a son by her first husband. Myth number 3. In Shakespeare's version, Banquo's son became king and were of a lineage to James I and VI. Meanwhile, in reality, there's no solid evidence proving that Banquo ever existed. Myth number 4. The play makes Macbeth's time in power seem short, when in reality, Macbeth actually lasted 17 years, which was a really long time back then. Myth number 5. Shakespeare makes Duncan look like a noble old soul. In reality, Duncan was probably around 30 at the time. Myth number 6. In the play, Lady Macbeth dies after suffering madness and regret. Meanwhile, in reality, we don't really know when she died. She just kind of disappeared. Myth number 7. In Shakespeare's play, Macduff kills Macbeth in his castle as revenge for killing his wife and children. Meanwhile, in reality, Malcolm kills Macbeth in a battle. There you have it, Macbeth's history in a nutshell. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.
Did you see me escaping? I was all like...